Hello students, I am Olajumoke Adegeye and I am your English teacher for today. We will be talking about summary writing, a passage on social influence. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to know the meaning of summary writing, steps to write a summary, identification of topic sentences from a given passage, and how to write a summary. Now let's get started, shall we? What is summary writing? A summary is a brief statement that presents the main point of an article, story, movie, or event. Writing a good summary indicates that you clearly understand the text and that you can effectively communicate that understanding to your readers or listeners. Imagine if you went to a cinema to watch a movie and you got home and your sibling asked you, "Wale, can you explain what happened in the cinema to me?" You definitely wouldn't explain what happened scene by scene, would you? No, you would only explain the main point and the most interesting part of the movie. Now, there are steps to writing a very good summary. The first one is to read the article or passage or story slowly and carefully till you understand it. If you do not understand what you read, then read it again. It's okay if you do not understand every word. Read it one more time. The goal is to become familiar with the main idea of the piece. The second step is to gather main idea. Once you've finished reading the original piece and you understand it, take time to reflect on what you've read. Think about the important points of the text and how the author constructed the sequence of events, or how the director constructed the sequence of the movie. This is where you determine the 5 W's: who, what, where, when, and why. The third step is to reread and take notes. Rereading means active reading. Read the original work again. This time, mark the important points you want to include in your summary. Underline topic sentences and significant plot points. Highlight essential quotes and number the events as they occur. Also, note the areas you do not understand. Depending on the difficulty of the text, reread until you feel like you have a solid basis for your summary. The fourth one is to organize your notes. Once you've actively reread the text, take a couple of minutes to organize information you've collected. Make an outline of the key points you noted and write them in a logical order. The fifth step is to create a thesis statement. The key to a good summary is a developed thesis statement. It is a one-sentence claim, often in the introduction, that demonstrates your understanding of the author's original work. The purpose of including a thesis statement in a summary is to correctly identify the author's main idea of the text without including a personal opinion. You do not want to write your own words or what you feel about the topic. It is not what? Your business. You only want to write what the author has discussed and summarize it. The next step is to draft a short paragraph. At this point, you virtually outline the introduction and body of your summary. Your thesis statement in the last step can be used as the introductory sentence to your summary, while the other main point will fall into the body paragraph. Be sure to include some transition words like then, however, also, moreover, to help with the overall structure and flow of the summary. Keep in mind, students, that you have to write in present tense. Include the author and the title of the work. Be concise. A summary should not be equal in length to the original text. If you do that, then you are not writing a summary. Cite direct quotes if you use them. Don't put your own opinions, ideas, or interpretations into the summary. Remember what I said. It is not your business or your story. Now, once you've completed your draft, reread your summary to make sure you've accurately represented the author's main ideas and you've correctly cited any direct quotes. Review your summary to ensure that the text does not contain any personal commentary and is written in present tense. The last step is to revise. Don't forget, check the summary for its length. It cannot be too long, which defeats the purpose of writing a summary. but also it cannot be too brief with some important points missing. Finally, make sure to check for grammatical or spelling errors. And there you have it, students. You already have a summary. Now let's read this passage below. Social influence is the process of change of opinions and behaviors of individual or a group of people by another individual or group, intentionally or unintentionally. It involves the effort by one or more persons to change the attitudes, feelings, or behavior of one or more individuals. It can be done for political gains, personal motives, or just to help the other person quit a habit, support, motivate, or improve. In 1958, Harvard psychologist Herbert Kellman described 3 primary processes of social influence as described below. The first one is compliance. It is a type of social influence by which we do something we are asked even if we primarily don't want to do it. Example, donating at the traffic light or sign up for a campaign. Identification is when people are influenced by someone who is liked and respected, such as a celebrity. Internalization is when people accept a belief or behavior and agree both publicly and privately. Now, students, can you provide a one-line summary for the above passage? I am very sure you can. Dealing with a passage like this, one must identify the topic sentences, identify the key ideas in different paragraphs. Example is the Harvard psychologist's explanation about the 3 types of social influence. You only need the main ideas. And this brings us to the end of today's lesson. In conclusion, a summary is a brief statement that presents the main point of an article, a story, a movie, or an event. Steps to write a good summary include reading carefully, gather main ideas, reread and take notes, organize notes, create thesis statements, write summary, review, and revise. For your assignment, I want you to identify accurately topic sentences from the given passage and write a summary of the passage on social influence. Thank you once again for watching this lesson brought to you by edufirst.ng. Have a good day, kids. Bye-bye.